Yeah.
Everybody did.
Yeah, that's when my dad lost a lot of
Right.
stuff and so forth.
My grandmother, they couldn't even eat if it wasn't for turnips. That saved their lives.
I was telling
lot.
her how the government paid. We had a drought that year.
Okay.
No, on top of the depression, there was a drought.
Right.
Okay. The government paid our dad money to kill his animals
Aw.
because there was not enough food to. Nothing was. Okay. So I told her about that. But I don't. But she wrote it all down. I don't know why she.
Well, I have 18 minutes of you talking about stuff when I said, wouldn't it be great to get a story of your life?
Well, that's. She said I would like to, and I said, well, you know, and then.
You know, well, like when you talk
Then
about,
I was telling her about my schooling. How Penny was 2.5 years older than me, and I'm a high school dropout.
Does your eye smell?
Straight F's, but my father was on the school board. The
You
teachers
want me to?
lived with us. Man, I slept on a pallet on the floor.
and they had a bed?
Yeah, so they'd have a bed because they came from like Fikeston and different places, and was the drive. So they just made our house as a camping place, and
So were you born right before World War II? Or were you around for World War I and World War II?
I was okay. The Depression was 30.
Okay.
That's when it started. Okay. I think. Well, okay. How old was I? I was born in 25, but actually I'm close to 26.
Okay.
So how old am I?
Well, I already know how old you are, but
Yeah.
Close to that.
so
And-
you got to see both World Wars, right?
No, I got to see the Depression and then World War II.
Two. Okay.
Yeah, because all of our.
Now, what happened where you were at here in Missouri on the farm during World War II? I mean, did you guys get greatly affected by that?
World War II?
Uh huh.
What year was that?
The 40s. No, 42, right? Wasn't it 40?
End of the 30s, into the 40s.
40s, yeah. Do you remember, or are you just too young to?
No, I'm that's what the years it took me a little while to remember was that how old I was when I came to St. Louis.
Yeah, how old were you?
16.
See, where was Mom and Dad?
My mom and dad.
But that's what
Who
they
in the
did back
hell
then.
knew?
So you just flew the coop?
Well, it was Penny. See, we had an
You-
older sister that lived here.
Geneva, Nooner.
No, Minnie.
Oh, Minnie lived here?
Yeah. So there's nothing to do in Dexter.
Mm-mm.
So Penny says, let's go to the city. So we did. And that's why I'm a high school dropout. Well, of course, I would have been anyway if my father hadn't been on the school board. Because I was a tomboy. The teachers couldn't get over me. Norman heard them discussing me one day. Never seen a girl like her. I was so different. I didn't give a damn about school, but I was the most social kid. I was invited everywhere. Everywhere. Because I didn't care about school. It was not important. Because I knew they weren't going to flunk me.
I think there's stories of when they got to St. Louis and where they lived, and then the transportation to and
Yeah.
from work is really fascinating to me.
Well, yeah, we got a job at Bell Telephone.
Right.
And worked 9-1, 6-10.
Right.
We lived on, around the Chase Park Plaza. We always lived in good areas. But we'd take the bus, naturally, to work in the morning, and then we'd come home, and then we'd have to go back. Year and a half after I was there for a year, they raised me to $18 a week. No, 19. I was working for $18 a week. So I was there a year, and they raised me to 19. And,
What did you
Yes.
eat?
huh?
What did you cook and what did you eat?
But didn't you live with the lady that made your meals? It was a boarding house, right?
It was
It was a boarding house.
Yeah, on Lindell.
Yeah, they lived in a boarding house, so their meals were part of your rent, weren't they?
I don't remember about the cooking there, but it was.
Well, you didn't cook yourself, did you? I thought I remember Penny saying that the boarding house gal made your meals, or at least
Melba.
Well,
Melba. Yeah.
Regardless.
Melba was 24, so when we would meet people and that, well, do you live with your parents? No, we live with this elderly lady.
She's 24.
Oh, elderly.
She lost her husband somewhere.
She was 24. We thought she
my-
was old.
Damn.
Well, we're 18, 19, 24.
Didn't her husband like die in the war or something, or she'd lost her husband or something like that?
No, I don't remember. But Melba had rented this flat on right down from Washoe. Right, Washoe.
Uh-huh.
And it was very nice. You walk in up the stairs, and there's a big area to sit in, and then Melba's room was in the front.
Kind of like a
Well,
dorm.
She kicked me out one time.
Why? What did you do
I
bad?
don't remember.
I
But she
do.
took me back. She took me back.
I bet
And
y'all
then there
were
was
hell
a
on
long hallway with, well, I'd say about 8 rooms. And there were about 8 girls that lived there.
Yeah, that's. I don't
So
know.
it was kind of like a dorm, like a
It
college.
was like a dorm, And we had a ball.
Sounds like.
But I guess she kicked me out because I guess I came home too late. I don't know.
Had you met Bernie then?
Oh, no.
That's another story. That's a fascinating story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a really fascinating story.
Yeah, I've heard that one.